Let me grab very. Emo lively? What? I'm gonna go turn on my lights, so I'll be right back. What do you mean lame? Why is it lame? Do you not want me to react? I'm so cold, honestly. Like, I'm actually freezing. Okay. You can tell you live in your room? I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, I still have to clean it a bit more. But yeah, that's my job this Monday. Is cleaning it a bit more, or organizing it more. Same about organizing, yeah. I'm gonna be reacting to the new summoning soul event. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, the history of Wii Sports World Records. There we go. Sounds like an issue, not an ish me. The joke is so overused. It's so bad now. But yeah, I thought I would react to it since, you know, it is a good video, honestly. And I would honestly love to watch it. But we'll wait for a few more people. Alright. So... bring them up. Your rockets? Maybe I will. I actually almost clicked, stop stream. I'm sure you guys would love that. Alright, let me stop the music. I've literally, like, seen, like, the first 10 seconds, and it was like, okay, I have to, you know, watch it with you guys. That should work. Yeah, it should work. Okay. I need a bit of my cables. I need a bit of my cables for my laptop setup. Oh, really? Okay. Let me know how... Okay, that's really quiet. It's really annoying, this thing. There we go. Okay. That was probably way too loud, so let me lower it on your guys' end. And my end. Is that good? How does that sound? Probably pretty good. Can you hear the music? Is it like at a decent level that you can actually, like, hear it? We'll just hope. Hope and pray. And then if it breaks, it breaks. Alright. Thank you for the follow, Dan Downey, from yesterday. I know you weren't, or you're not here, but still thank you for the follow. But yeah. Let's do this. Maybe we would be able to tell you if you didn't pause the video. Okay, shut up. This game, honestly, I have so many good memories of. This and Wii Sports Resort.
Wii Sports is the best-selling single-platform video game of all time. Chances are you've played it before. And if you
We
have,
suck.
you
You
probably
should've.
think it doesn't lend itself well to speedrunning. Most games have a clear objective: go from start to finish as fast as possible. How do you do that in Wii Sports? I made a video about Wii Sports Resort Golf a while back. Imagine the precision and skill involved with speed golf multiplied by 5 sports. Here's the story of the gamers who've done
Isn't
it.
bowling easier?
This is the history of Wii
Weeblo.
Sports World Records.
I feel like golf would be the hardest one. Am I wrong? I mean, I guess I don't know the record. Or what the thing is. Want to
The
tell the
biggest
records in 15
speedrun
minutes?
category in Wii Sports is
Doubt.
called All Sports. It involves winning a game in each of the 5 sports consecutively. That means winning a game of tennis, winning a game of baseball, completing 10 frames of bowling, playing 3 holes of golf, and beating a boxer. You have to play them in order, and since there's no other option, you have to use motion controls. Now, Wii Sports came out in 2006, but serious runs didn't get started until close to a decade later. In 2014 and 2015, runs
Cool
clocking
hair,
in between
thanks.
10 and 12 minutes were completed by
It's pretty blue.
Ply823, RSR, and Nate 9000. But as is so often the case, videos either no longer exist or are in very poor quality. So, we have to go to July 2015 to get our first watchable run. A 945 by the mid-2000s internet culture named
45?
Nate 9000. There were 5 sports for Nate to get through. The first one was actually the simplest: tennis. Your opponents are picked based on your skill level. At level 0, you'll get Miyu and Matt, who barely know what they're doing out there. You have to get 4 points to win, so Nate tried to just end each rally as quickly as possible. By serving at the very top of your throw, you'll hit the ball harder and make it tougher for the opponent to return it. This has about a 5 frame window, or a sixth of a second. So, Nate did that 4 times and hoped his opponent would miss it, which is random. If they returned it, he just hit it across the court to quickly end the rally. It took him only 25 seconds to win the game and exit back to the menu. And that's pretty much all there is to tennis in Wii Sports speedrunning. You can lose a bit of time from returns, but even those only cost a couple of seconds. However,
Yeah, that's what I
the
thought.
next sport is way more involved than the simple rallies of tennis. It was time for Nate to play some baseball.
Hate baseball.
The most important thing to know here is that if a team's ever up by 5 or more runs after an inning, the game ends right there from the mercy rule. So the idea is that you want to get 5 runs as fast as possible in the top half of the inning, then get 3 outs in the bottom half, and have the game end after just 1 inning. Hopefully Rob Manfred's not getting any ideas.
I feel like boxing is actually the easiest, though. Because it's just keep hitting. I mean, of course, it's gonna be harder when you're at the harder levels, but I feel like golf is hardest to get down on time, and same with baseball. They're the hardest to
However,
get down on
getting
time.
an optimal inning of baseball is way easier said than done. When batting, there was no real strategy. Just swing at good pitches and
Of course,
pray
tennis is
you
the
get
easiest.
hits. Nate reached on an error, then lined one to left for a base hit. From there, he was off to the races. A double in the gap, then a bloop to right. Some bad luck for Akira on the mound. But there was nothing lucky about the 3-run shot immediately after. That made it 5 runs for Nate, but he still needed to get out
True.
twice more to end the inning. So, he just struck out twice on purpose, on fastballs that make Barry Zito look like Brusdar Gratterall in comparison. For pitching, you obviously want to get 3 outs without giving up any hits or runs. But there's a lot more to it than that. What you ultimately want to do is turn into Mark Burley. There's a foolish YouTuber who has a video if you want to know more about him, but essentially what it means is you want to induce weak contact for easy outs, and not strike people out. Strikeouts always take at least 3 pitches, while a ball in play for an out could be done in just 1 pitch. The problem, of course, is you have little to no control as to whether the batter will swing or not. So you have to make pitches that are good enough to not get barreled, but not so good that they just swing and miss. And of course, get super lucky. Nate wasn't so fortunate. His first batter stared at 3 straight strikes, and his second one, well, hit it there. His third batter struck out on an ephus
Hit it
before
here.
he finally got out of the inning.
That's what I
on a
never
ground
noticed
out.
those signs.
Not the ideal baseball split, but there were still 3 sports to go. Next up was bowling. The strategy here was a bit more straightforward. The more strikes you throw, the better, since strikes only involve throwing the ball once per frame instead of twice. There exist setups to get a strike nearly every time, but they're all pretty slow, so Nate just threw it as fast as he could. He only managed 2 strikes, before intentionally missing on frame 10
Hello, Arthur Vitar.
to avoid
Hello.
the third throw. However, his shots were all fast enough that it was still a decent split.
So you don't actually
Now,
have to
it was
win?
time for sport
You just have
number
to get
4,
through it as quickly as possible?
golf.
That's weird.
There are 9 holes playable
fair.
in Wii Sports, but to count for an all-sports run, all you needed to do was the 3 in beginner mode, or either of the other 3 hole options.
Hmm.
And then, it was time to play some speed golf.
I feel like golf is the most RNG.
You
Damn.
line up for each shot as quickly as you can go, then hit it and hope for the best. There's not much time to think. You just line up and go. There's one
no
key
way.
difference between golf
Just
in
did
Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. In Resort, if you hit an incredible shot, one that either lands near or in the hole from a long distance away,
Thank you
you'll
for the
get a
follow.
replay that loses time. However, that mechanic is not present in the original Wii Sports. So, anything is game. The better shots you can make, the more time you'll save. Nate tried to take advantage of this on hole 1, but his second shot landed over the hole. His first putt was wide left, so he
I
had
just
to take
speed
a
golf
par.
in the Olympics. Yeah, I know,
Hole
right?
2 was much of the same, with his initial shot going beyond the hole, then needing 2 more shots to get it in. And on hole 3, despite the crowd getting excited, Nate once again was unable to get under par. That made
Damn.
it 3 pars on 3 holes from Nate, which doesn't sound great, but keep in mind, he was against the constant pressure of needing to aim each shot as quickly as possible. And finally, the last sport is boxing.
So, I mean, I did see a video on YouTube about speed golf. Okay, crazy thing, I know. But I got suggested a video where it was like like a Guinness World Record for 4 people doing fastest time to get a hole or golf and hole, right? Like to finish a golf course with like 4-person team. It was really weird. I don't know why that was a speed run. It's like, okay, I'll just make a 5-person team and then get a
You
world
want to
record.
ensure your Mii is
You know,
ranked low to
it's
get
odd.
an easy opponent, like Marco, then just go ham on him until they're down, and hope they stay down.
Yeah, that's what I
If you
thought.
punch in a
Boxing is
rhythm,
easy.
aiming for a nice 15 frame window on each punch, you'll be landing critical hits that do more damage. If all goes well, you'll be able to avoid getting punched at all and knock your opponent down quickly. Hopefully they'll stay down and won't get up. It's not known exactly what causes them to stay down, but it seems to be a combination of knocking them down quickly, not getting hit yourself, and some luck. And that's exactly what happened to Nate. This was the first ever sub 10-minute run of Wii Sports. There were some highlights, like a very smooth boxing match and the fast start he had to baseball. But of course, the large number of strikeouts and overall slow bowling and golf sections meant there was some big room for improvement. Nate knew this, and just 2 weeks later, he lowered it another 19 seconds. His golfing was particularly improved in this run, getting 3 birdies instead of 3 pars and not missing putts, which made up most of the time save. So,
Why is it called
926 was
Birdie?
the new time to
Such a
beat,
weird name.
and it would stand for over 2 years. It wasn't a particularly optimized record or anything. It was just one of those dry spells that speed games sometimes go through. But in June 2017, the Wii Series Discord server was created, which helped spark more popularity in running the game. In August, a player named Mr. Jimmy Steele 25 joined, and within hours, said he had beaten Nate's record with a 916. We'll get to this run in a moment, but there's something else important to discuss. When Jimmy started up his game of baseball, this cutscene played first.
So he's gonna be slower.
Now, most
right?
of you who have played Wii Sports before are probably familiar with it, but I guarantee there's a small subset of you who, despite having played the game before, have never seen
He's
this
playing
cutscene.
2-player,
And there's a reason for that.
right?
See, when Wii Sports was released in 2006, it was bundled with every Wii console sold. Europe, Japan, and most other regions of the world had the same version of the game. However, for a few months after its release, the version of Wii Sports that was sold in North America was actually an early version of the game. The community calls it
Really?
1.00, and it omits certain features present in 1.01, the version sold everywhere else in the world. The two most important features
Never
are
knew
both
that.
in baseball. First, the cutscene you just saw, which wastes about 5 seconds and can't be skipped, isn't present in 1.00. And second, whenever someone grounds out, an animation plays in 1.01 of them throwing the first, which wastes about 0.7 seconds. This animation doesn't play in 1.00. That means that for a typical all-sports run, playing on the early version of the game is hugely advantageous, as it'll save you close to 10 seconds over playing on 1.01. Now, when Wii Sports was re-released in North America in July 2007 to promote the new remote jacket, they updated it to 1.01 to match the rest of the world. The cutscene and the animations were added back in. So, this optimal speedrun version of the game can only be found on North American copies made within the first 9 months of its release.
That's crazy.
Any copy from the next 10 years is of the slower, updated version. That means that even though Wii Sports is one of the best-selling games of all time, this early version is quite rare. It's estimated that only about 1 in every 20 copies of the game is 1.00, or 1 in every 10 North American copies. There's an easy way to check if your copy is 1.00. If it's a North American copy and the title screen says 2006, then it's 1.00. If it says 2006-2007 and the Wii Remote has a jacket on it, then it's not the early version. Since Jimmy was playing on 1.01, he lost some pretty significant time in baseball from version differences alone. However, he had a smart strategy to use while batting. Once he got his 5 runs, instead of striking out on purpose, he bunted for a quick ground out. This took far fewer pitches than strikeouts, but it's tough to perfectly angle your bat to bunt the ball where you want it to go. On the pitching side, Jimmy was nearly perfect. A strike, then a ground out to short, a ground out to first, then a soft comebacker. A 4-pitch inning. The rest of his run was up and down, getting 2 strikes in bowling and a birdie in golf. Next up was Nitro, who set a 9:15 just days after Jimmy's 9:16. He has a pretty big internet presence nowadays, but back then he had just a few hundred followers. Now, Nicro's world record run was solid and all,
1.0,
particularly in
which
golf,
is...
where he got all 3 birdies.
Do any of you have
However,
1.0?
the
Oh,
highlight of the run was his
I'm
batting.
actually curious.
He had 1 run in, but 2 outs. He still needed 4 more runs. And with a ground ball hit at the second baseman, it wasn't looking good. But then...
Oh.
What?
Drop that, yes.
There's no way.
Oh my god.
3 errors. The odds in that happening were 1 in 1,000. Nicro's 9:15 would stand for a few months.
I don't have this
before being
console.
beaten by Alaska XP2
Fair enough, then.
in January 2018.
That's so rare.
Alaska had an interesting skill set. He was particularly good at bowling and golf.
Dream luck,
In
I
bowling,
guess.
he managed to hit 7 strikes
Are you not a Nintendo
without
kid?
carefully lining up.
FR?
And in golf, he had more experience than most thanks to his golf runs in Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. He managed birdies on holes 1 and 2, and thanks to a beautiful second shot on hole 3, he got an eagle there. However, Alaska struggled mightily with boxing, losing 9 seconds from mistimed critical hits. Still, it was good enough for a 904.
Guess it's
6
good.
months later, Nicro would come back to snag another record, 901. Once again, it was an up and down run. His baseball was quite fast, with 5 quick runs while batting and no base runners while pitching. However, his 1 strike in bowling paled in comparison, and let's just say his golf hole 1 wasn't ideal. The run had good moments, and it had bad moments. We've seen a handful of records at this point, and you can probably tell that this up and down nature was typical for Wii Sports. Outside of tennis, any of the other 4 sports can cause massive time swings. In baseball, you've got to deal with batting and pitching. Both are extremely random.
So why baseball
and can
sucks.
literally cause minutes
That's
of
what I
time
thought.
loss. With bowling, a good game versus a bad one costs up to 30 seconds. In golf, each missed shot can cost 10 seconds, and
There's
across
no way-
3 holes, that really adds up. And in boxing, missing critical hits can
That
lose a
too.
dozen seconds or more. This game wasn't like your traditional speedrun, where you can optimize it and eventually grind down every split. No, the time swings in Wii Sports were different. They were more random and far harder to control. The record was 901, and with everything listed before going in the right direction, it could potentially go way lower, into the 8s or further. But the odds in having all those time swings go your way, it just wasn't realistic.
True Amsterdam.
Well, unless Alaska had anything to say about it. In the second half of 2018, Alaska would embark on a push to take the all-sports record into the 8-minute range and beyond. He certainly had the credentials to get it there, but the issues of before still remained. Getting all 5 sports to line up properly was just too difficult. He was gonna need some help. And over the next few months, that's exactly what he got. One new strategy he used was expanding the scope of bunting. Players had been bunting for a quick out for months, but if you very carefully angle your Wii Remote slightly more forward, you could potentially bunt for singles as well. The margin between bunting for a hit and bunting for an out was razor thin, but with a lot of practice, you can fairly reliably bunt it to third for a hit. So now, Alaska could theoretically bunt 4 times to load the bases and
You could
score
just
a run,
get a single like
then
that?
hit a grand slam, then bunt 3 more times for outs. It could still go wrong, but there was potential for a really fast batting split.
How did
Now
you discover
for
this?
bowling. The days of games with just 2 or
Lots of
3
playing.
strikes had to be in the past. Alaska was going to shoot for more like 6 or 7 strikes in a good game. The record at the time, Nycro's 901, had only 1 strike. Alaska could easily save 20 seconds over that. He was already quite good at bowling strikes, but with
Motion
more
control do be
experience,
whack.
he could save the time more reliably. In golf, Alaska began using an impressive looking strategy to save a few seconds: the driver chip. Similar to a trick used in Wii
Damn.
Sports Resort, the flag on the green acts as a wall if your golf ball hits it.
There's no
If you're
way.
able to use a driver and hit your ball into it, it can fall straight down and enter the hole, saving time over having to slowly put it in or get it closer to the hole. Now, the driver chip may seem super precise, but there's actually a setup on hole 2 to get it nearly every time. By hitting your first shot into the bunker, you can then line up with the flag and pull out your driver. By swinging as hard as you can, the game will automatically hook the ball to the right at just the correct angle and speed to hit the flag. And finally, there was boxing. This was the sport that Alaska struggled with the most. There wasn't any particular new strategy he had to use here. He just had to improve at it. Get better at timing the criticals, avoid getting punched himself, and ensure that his opponent had no real chance of getting up. Over time, he did get better, but it was still a battle. With all this, a sub 9-minute run was definitely possible. But was a sub 8 realistic too? It would take a miracle run, but it could be done. Alaska quickly began seeing results. He got an 8:43 on July 22nd, and then an 8:30 on August 15th. His bowling and pitching were great, but his batting was far from perfect, and he missed a putt on hole 1. There was still a long way to go. And then came September 29th.
There's no way he gets sub 8. Right?
Yes, come on.
There's no way. Oh my gosh.
Will that work?
Damn. That's cruel. That's actually cruel.
Oh my god.
After all that, still a record by 4 seconds. What happened? Well, it was the God run up until
Yeah.
boxing.
Sub 8
His
is totally
batting was
possible.
near perfect, with 4 bunt singles, a grand slam, and 3 bunt outs. His pitching was solid, with 2 strikeouts and a 1 pitch out. He hit 4 strikes while bowling, and in golf, got a birdie, a driver chip birdie, and an eagle. It was sub 8 pace, but he just couldn't hit criticals, which led to a slow knockdown and his opponent getting up. But Alaska wasn't done yet. There wasn't much room to improve early on, but he had about half a minute he could save on boxing alone. The sub 8 grind had to continue. He had come close once. He just had to do it again.
It's crazy that bunt works. Honestly. It's nuts that that actually works.
Let's go. Oh my god. Yes. Yeah. Let's go. Oh my god! Please! Dude! Don't fucking get up. Don't you fucking dare. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. It would be... Imagine it gets up.
Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I've done it! I've fucking done it! Oh my god, dude!
A legendary run. Alaska's sub-8 dream had finally come true.
I know, right, Spada?
It was beautiful from start to finish. A 6-pitch inning while pitching, 6 strikes in bowling, 3 birdies in golf, and finally, a boxing where his opponent stayed down. It all added up to a 754, the first sub-8 in the history of Wii Sports.
I
This
better see
run
your name in
firmly
that
cemented
Celeste
Alaska at the
video.
top. Nobody was really close to him. Second place was more than 30 seconds behind.
That's crazy.
And 754 continued to stay on top. People got a little closer, but there wasn't much new to use. They had to replicate what Alaska did and find somewhere to save time. After 18 months of this, it was clear. There was only one person up to the task of beating Alaska, and that person
Matt Turk?
was Alaska.
Oh.
Yo! Come on! Let's go!
In May 2020, Alaska beat his own record by 8 seconds. Most of the time save came while batting. He avoided a missed bunt that he had in his old record. Other than that, it was nearly identical. A 6-pitch inning, 6 strikes, and 3 birdies. He had found a way to just eke out the time he needed. Many more months passed, and his 746 remained alone at the top. At this point, he had held the record for about 2.5 years. That's significant for a popular game like Wii Sports. But by early 2021, he finally had some close competition. 2 players had achieved sub-8s of their own. One was Sphere Cube, and the other was Paul in the Mall.
Paul in the Mall is an
Sphere
awesome
Cube's
name.
personal best was 748, just 2 seconds behind Alaska. But on February 16th, he had a run within striking distance of the record going into golf. And on hole 1, he did this.
No way.
Chip in! Eagle!
It saved about 6 seconds. Hole 2 had a driver chip, and he finished on hole 3 with an eagle. In all, he
No
saved
way.
15 seconds over Alaska on golf alone. It was enough to edge him out with a 743, making it the first
That's a
time someone
crazy
had
hole in
dethroned
one.
Alaska in nearly 3 years. And the best part about it, he did it while playing on 1.01. I
No, he
mentioned
didn't.
before how much rarer 1.00 is, and despite being a top runner of the game, Spherecube was unable to acquire a copy of it. He lost about 10 seconds in baseball from that, and still was able to beat Alaska. He was pretty good.
He was
About a
pretty
month
good.
later,
You know, just pretty
Paul in
good.
the Mall was making strides for the record. He got a sub-8, but took a break from running the game around the time Spherecube got the record. He came back a month and a half later and got a 737, a record by 6 seconds. Paul played on 1.00, so he saved quite a bit of time in baseball over Spherecube. But immediately after this record was set, controversy arose.
Uh-oh.
Once you finish hole 3 of golf, the fastest way to move on to boxing is to reset to the menu. For years, the rule was that once the golf ball hit the bottom of the hole, you could perform the reset. However, in July 2020, runner Emoad Nomad hit this unbelievable shot. The ball hit the bottom, so he reset to the menu. However, you can see that when he reset, the ball was in the process of bouncing back up. On chip-ins like this, it's actually possible that the ball hits the bottom, bounces up, and lands outside the hole, meaning you need another shot. So, the community came up with a rule that whenever there was a chip in, you have to wait until the phrase chip in appears on the screen to reset.
Chippin'.
It seemed like a logical rule. However, in Paul's 737, his hole 3 ended like this. He reset right away, but since the ball hit off the pole, it technically would have been a chip in, and he didn't wait for the text to appear. But then again, there wasn't any chance this ball would have bounced out. It rolled in rather than falling in off
Oh
the
my
pole or flag,
goodness.
despite technically being a chip in. The community was split on how to rule this run, but ultimately, it was allowed to stay on the leaderboard. The rule was changed so that as long as the ball rolled in the hole, even if it was a chip in, you could reset once it hit the bottom. And so, Paul's 737 was the official world record. Just like the dozens
So
of
someone's
records
get like a
that
sub
came
like
before it,
5.
the 737 was great, but in a matter of days, it was going to be obsolete. Because this story is going to take a bit of a turn. Every so often, a speed game gets a new strategy that transforms the run. There's cannonless setup in Mario 64, the scroll glitch in Castlevania, the flagpole glitch setup in Super Mario Bros. When you think of those speedruns, those tricks seem intertwined with them. Up to this point, Wii Sports didn't really have a trick like that. There were unique strategies to use, but no mind-blowing iconic tricks. Well, that was about to change.
Uh-oh.
Because in early 2021, Wii Sports' game-defining trick was going to be discovered. Welcome to the wonderful world of disconnect strats. This bizarre-looking trick has a treasured past. For years, players had noticed an odd glitch that sometimes occurred. If your remote disconnected in golf, you could sometimes hit the ball twice, but you couldn't hit it far and it couldn't be easily replicated,
No.
so nobody was too interested in it. From 2018 to 2020, this glitch happened to several players, including Simple Strat 17 and even world record holder Alaska XP2, but it remained just a curiosity.
That's interesting.
In early 2021, Plaid decided to investigate it a bit more, to figure out exactly how it worked. And what he found shocked the community. If you hit the ball, then disconnect your remote by taking the batteries out, you can put the batteries back in and swing a second time. The catch is that the sum of these two shots can't add up to more than 4 bars of hit power, so you can't hit it further than a normal swing. However, if your second shot happens after hitting water, the ball will stop on a dime after a quick transition and you'll be placed wherever it is, including potentially on top of the water. This saves time in a couple of ways. On a hole like hole 5, you're supposed to take a curved path around to the green, but with disconnect strats, you can go straight to the hole across the water and take a more direct path. And second, your ball completely stops once the transition occurs, so if your timing's good, you can hit the ball into the water, quickly hit it a second time, and avoid the time the ball would normally take to stop rolling from even just one shot. The River P, Wipeout Jack, and Nomad found fast routes for the intermediate holes, so that was the new course to use. On hole 5, you can save about 7 seconds by going straight across the water, and on hole 6, you can save about 4 from using the transition to stop right where you want. That meant that, in theory, 11 seconds could be saved. Wii Sports
Just 11
runs suddenly
seconds.
had potential to get quite a bit lower, as not only could extra time be saved, but golf could be more consistent as well. The first player to use disconnect strats in a record was Shockwave TLS, who lowered the time down to 7:35. As you'd expect, he gained time on golf, despite his initial disconnect shot on hole 5 being mistimed.
How are you?
It helped when he hit this shot on hole 4.
It's stuff like time save that could be done. Oh, what?
However, Shockwave is from
We're watching the Summoning Salt video that came out.
the UK, and he wasn't able to import a copy of 1.00 from overseas, so he lost time in baseball. Next up was Sphere Cube again, who lowered the record 9 days later with a 7:32. He had switched to 1.00, so he saved the time in baseball, but he didn't use disconnect strats. Yeah, especially in the early days of disconnect strats, even some top level runners found it too difficult to go for, since it wasn't technically needed for the record. About a month later, Shockwave took it a couple seconds lower, but still, he was playing on 1.01. A few months after that, Sphere Cube took it back, while still not using disconnect strats. Nobody was willing to string it all together. But in the summer of 2021, Shockwave would finally get a copy of 1.00.
Oh
A
no.
top runner now had all three pieces of the puzzle: 1.00, a willingness to do disconnect strats, and a lot of skill. They all combined for a 728, a new record just one day after Sphere Cube's 730. This world record really had a lot going into it. You've got bunting for outs, bunting for hits, aiming for strikes, driver chips, disconnect strats, and much more. Shockwave implemented all of them, and the end result was a 728.
I didn't realize there
there
was
any
so much
time
that
save
goes
left?
into this.
Well, there were seconds here and there. His batting was near perfect, but while pitching, he accidentally threw an immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, which we know from before are slow. There was room to save about 15 seconds there. His bowling was perfect, 9 strikes, so no time to save there. For golf, he missed a putt on hole 6, and his boxing could have been a bit better too. So, sub 7 was definitely possible,
Oh
but the
no.
problems of before still remained.
Sub
It required
6?
perfection from all 5 sports, and that just wasn't realistic. But that didn't mean people couldn't try. By September, another contender showed up to play, Emoad Nomad. And over the next few months, these guys were going to engage in a battle, both against each other and against the sub 7 barrier. Shockwave would strike first, with a massive 7-second cut of the record. He had time to save on pitching and on hole 6, so he gained 12 collective seconds there, but lost a few seconds while batting thanks to a foul ball. A few weeks later, he'd take it down to 718, and Nomad was right behind him with a 721. Nomad would then have a run a few seconds ahead of the record, but needed a miracle shot on hole 4 to keep it going. Back to the drawing board. On October 11th, Shockwave got a 716. Nomad followed up shortly after with a 717, a run that came just 24 hours too late to be a record. On the 15th, Shockwave had a run that lost time early to batting, but had an extraordinarily fast 5-pitch inning to bring it back to even. That showed how much potential there still was to squeeze out of the record. It finished as a world record of 715, but could have been several seconds lower had he not been forced to foul off an inside pitch. Okay, so one thing was starting to become clear.
Hello, AP.
This wasn't much of a competition. The battle between Shockwave and Nomad was a blowout. Shockwave had set the past 7 records in a row. Nomad hadn't set any. He remained in second place the entire time, sometimes even within a
If I was
couple
Nomad,
seconds
I'd be
of the record,
pissed.
but never overtook him. This was starting to become personal. Nomad had to prove that he was still capable of taking the record. Well, he kept doing attempts, and on October 16th, Nomad was gonna have his chance. He was 3 seconds ahead of his personal best going into boxing, but he had time to save there. He could theoretically get as low as a 7:10. 5 seconds of wiggle room
That's
over
crazy.
the record. He just had to lock it down. Shockwave's record was 7:15.433. Nomad's final time, 7:15.733. He had missed by less than a third
Oh
of a
my
second.
god. I'd have been.
Nomad could
That's
keep going.
so horrible.
It's not like he was far off from the record. His next personal best would almost certainly be it. And sure enough, the very next day, he got himself a 7:14.
Let me guess.
It was a new world record.
Oh.
Had it not been for Shockwave,
Yeah,
doing
exactly. I have
this
to-
just hours before.
Oh my god.
An unbelievable record from Shockwave. It had
That
just about
hurts.
everything.
That actually
Nearly
hurts.
perfect batting, 4
It's a
pitch
big
inning,
L.
great disconnect strats. It just missed sub 7 because of a missed shot on hole 4. Nomad kept trying, but at this point, Shockwave was way in the lead. It was going to be really tough, but he wasn't giving up. He kept chipping away at his time, and by November, he had gotten within a stone's throw of the record. A commonly used metric to determine a runner's pace is best possible time. It can be measured from any point in the run. If the runner matched all of their best splits from a certain spot in the run to the end, it measures what time they would get. On November 12th, 2021, Nomad exited baseball at 3:14. It was one of the fastest paces he had ever been on. And his best possible time from there was 6:44. This was a golden opportunity. He entered bowling and
6:44?
started throwing strike after strike. 5 in a row, then 6, 7, 8, and 9. It was a perfect game on one of his best paces ever. He did lose a little time in frame 10 from slow falling pins, but according to his splits, Nomad's best possible time was still 6:48. But one of the biggest run killers was coming up in hole 4. It's hard to get a birdie on this hole, as winds can throw everything off and make life harder. Nomad was going to try to land in the bunker, then driver chip for a birdie. Now more than ever, this had to work.
Dang.
It was beautiful. He didn't get a hole in one, so he couldn't get in the 640s anymore, but his best possible time was
It's
still
still sub 7.
654.
Oh my god.
This was doable. 3 splits to go. But he
Let me
had
guess,
to get
Shockwave
through
beats it.
hole 5's 2 disconnect shots. Shot 1 went well, but on shot 2, he landed far from the hole. It was tough, but Nomad had to sink this putt. He had missed enough world records. This shot had to be the difference between all his past runs and a sub 7.
No. Oh my god.
Players like Emoad Nomad are often overlooked in speedrunning. Shockwave is an incredible player, as evidenced by his nearly endless list
That
of world
hurts.
records. But Nomad's skill is right up there with him. People often focus on the world records, but really the path to getting there is what's important. Nomad has had a lot of near misses, but he's going to break through. His sub 7 dream might not be done yet, but the journey it took him to get there is what'll make it feel so great. And really, that's what speedrunning's all about. Thanks for watching.
And then Shockwave takes it.
If you enjoyed the video, I'd really
That was
appreciate
really
you
good.
sharing it with a couple other people and
That was really good. I mean, I don't know. So is it still not sub? Okay, now we're gonna have to look. Let's look up speedrun.com. Esports. Alright, I'm curious now. Not the series. Wii Sports. All sports. Yeah, still. Nothing. Dang. He was so close to a sub 7. Dang. Wow, that's crazy. I ring out the time machine, get the Celeste video. Yeah, you want me just do the Celeste video? I could speedrun it. 1.2? What is 1.2? Oh, is 1.2... What is 1.2 version? He didn't talk about that. I mean, I know 1.2 is not the version you want, but still. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like all the 1.0 ones. You speedrun Celeste? Bring up... I could. I'm probably not gonna be any good, but I'd have to grind it. And... Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, I could try grinding it, but I don't know how good I am. You want me to speedrun Celeste and get the world record. You want me to just start doing it. We demand it? Okay, let's look at Celeste. Celeste. Any percent. 2623. What, I was just supposed to save time like this? There's no way I could do this. And, like, get a world record. Wait. What are they doing? Oh, they haven't started yet. Okay. I see. Okay, so let's just, like, look at a... Yeah, like, their pace is so quick. Okay, I'm not gonna watch anymore because I don't want any spoilers for Celeste, but... Like, that's
Hitting the
insane.
subscribe button.
I'm not even top 10,000. That's still probably better than me, though. But I think we will play Parkitect tonight. I was gonna do modeling, but I think I'm just gonna do Parkitect. I might play Celeste. If I get the time for when I do the, yes. So when I know I want to do a large stream during the Christmas break, basically a subathon or something of that sort, then I might play Celeste. And then, yeah, I might. Okay, let's pause here. I gotta remember what we were doing. Right, we should probably cover up this vending machine, and then we'll slowly work our way out to here. But I mean, we're earning like a huge profit. At this point, our goals are set. We just have to get there, pretty much. So yeah, I don't think I'm too worried about that. Alright, let's get some roof slope. Speedrun Parkitect? There is a speedrunning category for it. And from what I've seen, there is an actual speedrunning category. Who we know about? Like who? Name one. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, me. Yeah, cat. Yeah, that's you. Let me look. Speedrun.com. Parkitect. There's only been one speedrun. Only one. And it's this guy right here. And it's 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 58 seconds. And he has a time for enter percent. It's obsolete. Wait, why is it obsolete? Oh, it's because it's out of... Maybe it's not the right version anymore. Yeah, oh my god, this is so old. Because I had to retry Disaster Peaks. So he just does this. I know I've seen this, but let's skip. I could actually save time. You could save about 25 minutes. There is no lurk. I don't know if I should make it do it. Like, there's definitely time save here, you know? %. There's, like, a ton of save time. Time you could save there. I'm thinking about it. That would be a kind of a cool game to speedrun. Honestly, because I do enjoy it a lot. But I don't know. Good content? Yeah, it would be good content to grind that. You're right about that. The real question is, do I want to grind it? And actually, maybe. Oh, I see, yeah. Throw it in, someone throw it in ideas and suggestions in my Discord, so I don't forget about it. Please. Or don't. You can do whatever you want with your life. I'm gonna get rid of this thing. It's dumb. Um, 4, 3, 5, 6? It's 6, okay. I mean, we can move that down 1. Boom. And yeah, now it's pretty... It's a nicer place for it. Honestly, yeah. I don't know. I might. I'm now considering it a lot. I'm gonna admit that. I don't know if I'd actually be good at it, though. There we go. That's cool. I mean, you definitely have me hyped to do it. Now. Now I'm like, yeah, that sounds really cool. And then in, like, never. Someone else will break my record. I'll probably just take the world record, and then no one will ever take it. And then it's just like, okay. That was fun. You know? Like, I doubt anyone else will speedrun it. That's true. You got that right. The struggle will be good drama. Yeah. The battle of the ages. I honestly don't know what there is to save. Time-wise. Like... Next stream. Grinding Parkitect. First we would have to finish Parkitect as a whole. As the campaign, because I haven't finished it yet. So I need to finish it first. And then we can actually, speedrun it. I haven't finished the campaign, which I need to. Just haven't gotten around to it. I think that looks pretty good, honestly. Fairly legal teen. Grinding on this Parkitect. Oh my god. Out of context, that sounds so weird. Cornice. Cornice. I need to get this color. Just a little, like, like that. I hope if I got the world record, I would hope that I, would be able to do it, break what they've done. Like, someone would come competing, is what I mean. I hope. Because that would be, honestly, insanely fun. I won't deny that it wouldn't be... I won't deny that it wouldn't be fun to do it. I just doubt that I will find that person. But... I am willing to give it that shot. And to just play it. Cornice... I do need a core or border slope, actually. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Let me just darken it. I wish I could get rid of the supports, which I am actually going to work on getting rid of those supports, because they are ugly. Border, diagonal, slope. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That looks pretty clean. I don't know. I like the building. It's cute. Alright. Let me cover up this vending machine so that doesn't look ugly. You know what? I'm gonna do it. It's confirmed. I'm gonna speedrun it. We're gonna grind to get that speedrun. Subathon? Yeah. We'll grind for it on the subathon. You've convinced me. Little capstone. Hurrah! Truly. We're also gonna cover this building. Because I think it'll just look better. Oh. Truly hurrah. Mark your calendars for whenever the subathon is. I'm gonna take that world record, baby. I did not mean to delete that vending machine. Wish it wasn't as easy to delete the vending machine. Gosh darn it. I love how they can just jump off the cliff. Just so easily. But I mean, they're not going to, I hope. Cause that'd be bad. Boom, boom. With that, I have hope in this record attempt. Yeah? Maybe someday he'll, look at Parkitect. He wouldn't look at Parkitect, he would look at Roller Coaster Tycoon or something like that. That speedrun category. Never Parkitect. Unless something crazy happens in this category. So, yeah, for this, I'm gonna do that and that. Look at it go. Just zooms out of there. Alright, let's get our fencing in here. Yeah, there we go. We'll push that back a little. Boom, boom. How long does it take you to render on Blender? 0 seconds. What are you doing that requires rendering? Are you doing animation? Because that's the only thing that you would need to render. What are you doing that takes that long? Like, I assume it's just for your haunt, right? Okay, so you are doing animation. What are you doing animation-wise? Bum ba-dum bum. Bum 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 bum. Actors are hard to get free, animations are cheaper, but what is it for, though? That would require that. Okay. Oh, I see. Uh, Sounds. Okay, boom, boom. Getting rid of all these supports. It's quite annoying. Okay, there we go. And now we can just put in whatever this piece was, which was pillar, right? And then we can just put that in. Boom, 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 boom. And then it's just back and forth. Okay. There we go. And then we can just put it in nicely like that. That's actually quite clean. I think for this, we'll just do pillar, pillar, pillar. And we'll just do that. I don't think we need to go crazy with it. We can just sort of, hey, this totally is, doing this. Nope, totally. Yeah, that looks pretty good. "41 people? That's insane. Flying coaster, stand-up coaster. Flying coaster might be good. Maybe like Imagine your 4-ton ride is being held by a bridge. Gotta have a little imagination, you know? Come on. Four, and then flatten out. 3. Trim. Boom. So this will just be our station. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty good. We have a mechanic, right? Okay, thank goodness. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh. I didn't think that day would come. Well then. Well, that's not good. I mean, there's no actual, like, timeline. I have to have no loan debts, right? Oh, and I do have loan debts. Take 14,000. Payoff. This is cheaper. I'm only paying 392 now, and then I can pay 500. 378. So we can slowly get back our money. What do they think of this? Satisfaction is 68%. It has not rained once, which is... Oh... I didn't realize that that actually blocks. Well, that is annoying. There we go. Get our green. Yeah, okay. Yeah, rides are expensive because of the height. That is something I didn't quite realize, how expensive that might be. But yeah, it's a bit intense, how pricey everything is. Pricey. Frame. I'm also looking at maybe creating a anime layout for another project. Oh, what kind? What kind of project? I am now curious. You have my interest. Alright. Dump another 500 in here. Maybe another 600. Maybe, possibly. There we go. We will speed up time, because we just need to earn money. And I don't think any of these goals actually care. Yeah, they don't care. Maybe my tournament I've been waiting to host. Been wanting to host. What kind of tournament are you gonna host? Now I'm curious. disgusting. Well, maybe they should clean it. Fighting game? Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. There we go. Slowly knock it off a bit more, bit by bit. We just need one of these goals to happen, which isn't gonna happen really. Like, just out of nowhere. I could use this, but again, I'm not gonna do that until the video releases, which is tomorrow. Oh, I need to change my stream title. Um... There we go. Glad I noticed. um... To go back up, I have to pay an extra, like, $40. Damn. Hello, great narrator. How art thou? Money is so hard to come by. I just need that cha-ching. Decoration rating? It's pretty good. Okay, it's amazing. Yeah, it's got its rating up. I can't really increase it any more than that. What are you playing? I am playing Parkitect, which is a theme park type game. And I'm playing a scenario right now. Spooky structures. Sure. You keep working on that research team. This could be extended, this border thing, while I wait for more cash. Cash flow. We'll bring that all the way down to there. And there's also the sides. I do kind of like the ride being slightly lower than the whole, like, area. But yeah, how are you doing, great narrator? How's life? How's life treating you? I do sound tired, yeah. I'm always kind of tired. Tired of you. Got him. No, I'm just kidding. That was mean. I'm sorry. No, yeah, I'm a bit tired. Tired and stressed. I know, it was mean. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. Haulers. Yeah, okay. Clean. Please. Do I actually have to pay for this? I pay $10 each day. Okay, that's not a ton. You must crash. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. That inversion alone costs $1,000. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll give it a little speed boost. Oh my gosh. So I had to go. When your teacher just yelling because I'm on phone at my school. Oh, see a great narrator. Sorry. Sorry for making you be on your phone. Or yeah. Guess he wasn't really sorry. He doesn't even want to apologize properly. Oh my gosh. Such dramatic queen. Not dramatic. Dramatic queens? Yeah, you guys are dramatic queens. Let me just speed up time. I think coffee is really worth the value. Okay, turn it up to $3. $2.90. $3. Charge $2. $2.40. There we go. Okay. Was that a slight? No. $1.50. Gotta squeeze that money out of them as much as possible. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Gotta get all that money out of them. Not a single dime left. Come on, 46, 46. Or is it like that? Is that how the version goes? Or is it out like that? I think it's out like that. And then you build it back to 180. And then you go back down. Oh my god. Okay. And then half loop down. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. It's now only $600. That's pretty good. I would hate this inversion just because I have to look up for a slight moment in the sky. I don't know. I kind of hate that feeling of looking up in the sky. Do you guys got any good name suggestions for this coaster? Maybe the Cloud Flyer? That's such a dumb name. The Beanstalk. Actually, that's a cool name, Beanstalk. What do you guys think of that? Beanstalk. I kind of like it. Cloud Cute. Cloud Cutie. Cloud Cuter. Cloud Cuter. Cloud Cutter. Oh, I'm so stupid. Why did I think that there's two T's? I feel like I could charge maybe a little bit more. Just a little, squeeze a little bit more out of them. 75, which is like 30. Yeah, I think we could charge 11. Cloud Cuddy? Cutie? I don't know what that word is. I don't know what a version you would call this. The like twist hill. It's a roll, a hill roll. Imagine the B drop. What's a B drop? I actually don't know. I don't know that term. Half loop to another half loop. Might be an S drop. Three of four. Um. Cool, you finished spooky props. Thank you. I didn't really need it, but I appreciate it. Do they really need to go down there? I feel like it's just wasting their time. So I'm gonna put a sign at the top that says, no entry. Thank you. No entry for guests. Because it's just wasting their time. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Ooh. Oh my gosh, are you serious? That's where it goes? Hello, Lonely Lively. Hello. How are you doing today? Don't have enough money. I'm good. I'm glad you're doing good, Osquito. I think that's how you pronounce your name? Osquito? How are you? I am doing great. Tired, but great. I might just take out another loan, honestly. I'm taking it out. I'm doing it. It's a risk, but we're gonna take it. Correct. Bye, Lonely Lively. Bye, Osquito. Ooh. There was a coaster that I saw a video about, which was called Z Factor. Is at Six Flags. I don't know if you've heard of it. Have you heard of Z Factor? Slash, did you write it? I'm curious. Flashback? Yes, Flashback or Z Factor. Because it was both names. Yeah, Flashback. Did you write it? Ever? Or did you not get a chance to? It was both names. From what the video told me. It was Z Factor and then Flashback. Which is an odd name for a coaster, honestly. Never got a chance. Was a dream road for me. Damn. It's actually kind of a cool version. One, yeah, you have? How do they feel? Like, are you talking about, like, the actual coasters that they made? Or are you talking about, like, ones that they manufactured for, Intamin? Because there's definitely a different case for both. Giovanola, right? Giovanola, I think. Starts fun, then garbage afterward. Dang. So sounds like, I don't know. Every Intamin coaster? Ooh, got him. Actually, though, I do like Intamin. I can't be too mean to them. I think it can make it, honestly. I think it can. I believe it can. Yeah, like, it has the speed. I believe in it. Come on. Make it. Oh my god! Okay. We'll just inject a little bit more speed. 9. And then back up. China has great free, has a great first 3 drops and hits a breaker on the right so there's a halt, only picking up speed in 2 helixes. Is that the one where the helixes like are like really like high up? Is that what I'm thinking of? Or am I thinking of the other coaster that they made that had the 3 loops? Is that what I'm thinking of? I don't remember. So 3, and then 5, and then like 3. No loops, just helixes? That does sound a lot of fun, honestly. Um... Let's do something like 1, boom, boom. Or actually, no. Go back to 50, boom, then boom. I think it's actually 3. No loops, just helixes? Okay. Yeah, it must have been Goliath. That's what I forget which one is the one that does all the loops. Remember which one that is. Nice view. But that park has a solid crystalline to compete with. New Texas Giants next door, must freeze in the back. Shockwave with classic giant. Good indoor coaster with Runaway Mountain. 2 classic arrows, and even Batman and Joker clone. Also great Woody out and back and intimidating bot set. That's crazy. That's an insane amount of rides. You know what I mean? Just having one park. Cedar Point. They're like, hey, yeah. That's a good joke. Alright. This is a pretty jank coaster, but I think it works. Look at that hang time. Nope. What will be the excitement about? 70s. Another 71. That's a really good one. What's the speed about? About 60. Let's do it. Alright, let's open it up. Let's open her up. Boom. Boom. Wait, what do you mean it's already occupied? No! Okay, that's stupid. I mean, I don't want to fall down the path, so we're gonna do a thing called a pro gamer move. Do that. Okay, we'll go across. Boom. Boom. And then up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I finally have smoke stuff. Thank goodness. 1, 2, 3. You know what? We'll just do this. We'll just go here, up, up. No. Up, up, up. It's a bit wonky, but it works. And then we'll just cover that up. So, we have a 60, so 70, 35. So about, we'll do 10, we'll do $11. Okay, year band. Year band. I just realized there's been no music, and I apologize. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. This is definitely a people eater. When it comes to capacity. I hope, at least. Try to wait for a full load. Alright, do thrill rides. I thought that said restraints twister's broken open. Oh my gosh. Okay, I saw... Chat saved me. Because I got the anonymous playing knocking for 10 bits a millisecond before it appeared. So I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. So I didn't get shocked by it like I usually would. That was just complete luck that I was looking over at that instance, though. Honestly. For me. Complete luck for me. There goes your 10 bits. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Top scan's broken now? Oh my goodness. And this ride broke down? All 3 rides broke down. That's crazy. That all happened. It's cloudy. Good rain. That would be like the first time it's ever rained. And you know, that's too crazy for that to happen. Imagine you're just walking down, you just stare down at people exiting. That's a weird thing to have. I don't know if you would ever find this in an actual park. This turn up and then back that way. That's gotta be something, right? Yeah. Spit on the people exiting you? Yeah. I mean, I guess you could. I think that's the point where it gets the max amount of velocity. It's kind of a stupid way to get it back up, but it's kind of cool, too. Like, how much... I don't think they pull that many Gs. It's not... It's intense. It's too intense for me. But this one is... how much? It's 80, yeah, it's 80, and it's doing great, yeah. In other words, you need a roof for the path under the coaster. Nah. You don't need it. I don't have enough money. Ooh. Whoops. Actually, catwalk. Bum, bum. Bum. Why does it break so much? Or why is it breaking so much? It's really odd that it is. I do want to recolor it, though. Colors. I think I'm gonna do color that. Boom. Oh, it's too similar to the other one. I think that looks cool. And then these colors. And then gray this. And also I don't want them wasting their time, so sign. Nope, in here, right. Sign. Exit only. And no entry for guests. Or haulers. Or yeah, mechanics. Mechanics go down. Only need to. Bum. Ba-dum. Bum. 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 Bum bum bum. You know what? Actually, I do kind of like that. And then we need to get the colors from that. Bum. And then let me get Anagate, various. There we go. That would look clean. AF. Just ignore them slamming into it for now. I think that will be our clock tower. And the rest will be roofed. Yeah, something like that. Well, that, and then that. I do need to pick up this wall, doorway. I do like having an exit like that. I didn't realize you could do that, which is really cool, honestly, that you can. Like, I learned that pretty recently. And that definitely changes the way I build exits. That's for sure. Bum 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 bum. Let me just roof that, and then roof the rest. It's annoying that it doesn't go to the top. I wish it would. For when I control onto the height. Oh well. Bum, ba, na, na, na. Wow, wow. We'll do a little flag. Pillar. You know what? Let's do the dormers. I kind of like this. The dormers are pretty cool on this thing. Bum, bum, bum. It's interesting that it does anonymous whenever someone does that. I don't know if it's just because of the thing I have in my system that just stops it from showing who it is from, but... Or maybe they just click anonymous. I honestly don't mind it, though. Them doing anonymous. Whoever you may be out there. I am excited for my video. Amsterdam, I'm almost done with it, so I will have to share that with you, and then you'll take a look at it. Maybe, hopefully. That is actually brilliant. Using these windows. There's like extra pieces? Oh, that's brilliant. Mm. Bum bum bum. Ba-dum bum. Do that and then solidify it. I think this looks sick. I just need to put in the remaining walls. And I think it looks really cool. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Ah, I almost had it. I literally had it. Okay, turn it around. Boom. 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 Effects controller. Track segment. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Hoping this works. Bum, 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 ba-da-bum. Is it really the first break run? Not empty. Yeah, we'll just do ending out the empty. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Maybe that doesn't work. No, no. That's allowed? Oh, because it's a... I see. Right. Let's do... Swinging ship seems cool. It's kind of on theme. Kind of. And then... There we go. Ew, that's why. It costs so much to do anything. It's ridiculous. There we go. 26, 14, 30, so it's about like $4. $4 seems good. I did just realize a lot of these are not low intensity rides. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it here for this one. I'm gonna save. Yep, save. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here, guys. Thank you for the follows, Dan Downey and Avatar? One of those. And thank you for the bits, for playing the knocking sound, even though it didn't get me. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out.